Alright, hey, what's up guys? Hello. Okay, I think everything's working perfectly. Let's make sure I check my audio. I think we're good. Let me adjust my mic. Let's bring the music down a little bit. Hey, what's up? Doing nothing. Hello. What's up? FSA LITE? FSA LITE? He said, don't hesitate if you got liquidity ideal to start small shorting if down, then add more. Yes. So we'll be going over all the reasons why we should be looking into this potential memory bubble burst and short, which I also mentioned last month, right? So yeah, so let's first go over, guys. Oh, and welcome, guys. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. Hopefully everyone has received the notifications that I am live. Make sure to send out one more notification in the private CFO Discord. Okay. Alright, everyone should be getting their notifications through YouTube and through the Discord and wherever else. I'm pretty sure if you are a subscriber and you guys have put on notifications for this channel, Charts Focus 1, you should be getting an email as well, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure that has been a feature for YouTube when you hit subscribe and then you hit that notification bell icon as well. Okay, so with that being said, let's begin. Hopefully I've given everyone enough time here to join and be settled here for the stream. Alright, so first of all, let's first begin with the fact that we got exactly what we wanted this short trading week, which was an overextended, oversold bounce. Now, it's a little bit too early to say whether or not this is a dead cat bounce. I've explained why in this week's CFO Swinger Watch Report that was sent out to all my readers on Sunday night. So if you guys want to know what I've said and all the data that I provided from this week and including the previous weeks as well, which again, all the data that I've accumulated and given to my readers in the past couple of weeks have clearly explained why we are seeing this current downtrend, this current correction, and for this week, this current oversold and overextended bounce. Okay, so if you guys are really interested in seeing what that data is and what my reasoning was for this, this entire cumulative move that we've seen so far in the market, well, all your answers will be in the CFO Swinger Watch reports. Okay, so now, with all that being said, I truly think that we are kind of in this gray area now that the fact that this bounce has occurred. Obviously, we can be seeing further moves to the upside. Oh, thank you guys for the likes, by the way, guys. Make sure you guys hit that like button. And again, if you guys are wondering why I always say that in the streams, it really helps out with the YouTube algorithm. It helps push out my content to everyone else who aren't subscribed to the channel here at Charts Focus 1. So it'd be great if you guys just can take a single second out of your time here while watching the stream to hit that like button down below. And if you guys are non-subscribers, and if you guys are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button as well. Maybe once the stream is done and once you guys have heard what I said here, or what I will say here, excuse me guys, and if you guys potentially like what I have to say. Okay, so let's first begin with the markets. Okay, so I'm gonna first begin with the futures market because of the fact that tomorrow is a closed day in observance to Good Day Friday and obviously Easter Sunday. It's mainly a Christianity, I believe, holiday. So with that being said, I think futures markets will be pretty interesting to see how they react, especially with the upcoming jobs data tomorrow. And interestingly enough, the markets will be closed, so that reaction will be I'm pretty sure that reaction will be shown by futures open on Sunday night. So I don't think you guys have much to really look at tomorrow, or currently now. The volume is going to be very, very low anyways. So I think so far what we have to look at currently is the current bounce that we've had. So obviously we had this very big bounce starting Tuesday. Okay, Monday was kind of a pretty much a day where shorts began to take profit. And we can clearly see this with the top wick on the Monday candlestick here. Okay, and then Tuesday was when we got that full momentum back towards the bulls here, as we saw more bids coming in than sells, and we eventually saw a lot of the sellers being absorbed that were either stuck down here or up here, right? They didn't decide to take profits or take off that position, that short position, and eventually buyers got to them. They had to close out, and we saw that continuous buying coming in on Wednesday. And then obviously overnight we had that Trump national address about the Iran war, and he basically said that we will be continuing this quote-unquote mission, this operation, even though we know it's in Iran, it's a full-out war with another country. And obviously the market's gapped down. But if you guys were in the CFO Swinger Watch, or if you guys are part of the reader, if you guys are a reader of the CFO Swinger Watch Report, and if you guys are part of the private CFO Discord channel, you guys know that we were expecting a pivot at market open. I explained that on Wednesday night that it is most likely the fact that we're going to be bearish, and then at open we should be seeing some bullishness coming in. Okay, so overall, the overall view into coming this short trading week was that, hey, we should be seeing a sustained bounce for a short trading week, right? Even if volume may be low, we should be expecting the prices to continue to bounce up higher. Now, here is the big question. Okay, so let me now go back to SPY, okay, the S&P 500 ETF. I'm not looking at the index here because I tend to look at the ETF only. If you guys take a look at the index, that's completely fine. You guys can translate whatever I have to say on SPY to SPX because it will be the same. Okay, so now with SPY, here's the major question. So first of all, I'm not going to go over the specific data that I've already accumulated for next week's CFO Swinger Watch Report, but I'll give you guys some technical keys and clues here. Okay, so first of all, I have this MACD or MACD open because, well, I want to show you guys this, right? So this overall fairly okay bounce backed by okay volume, right? Because I didn't really enjoy the fact that we've had a very significant decrease in volume since Tuesday, but obviously we were expecting a lower volume as we headed into the longer weekend, right? Into this very short trading week. So this is very much expected. Even today we had pretty low volume, but what we need to take away from this, the fact that MACD had its first official upside crossover, okay, and we ended up with a nice small green print here, and that could explain that there could be a potential momentum flip in the next couple of weeks, since I tend to look at the MACD in kind of a multi-week time frame, right? Not just every single trading day. So if this is sustained, if this crossover is sustained in the MACD, well, I would expect to see a little bit more sideways in the price action before we continue to move back up higher. Now, where will we be moving higher? What is the target here? Well, for now, based on the current data that we have from a technical perspective and technical analysis, we should be seeing a retest of around 662.50. Right, this is the next major level of resistance. Okay, let me actually put it right here. It's not gonna be perfect. I'll fix that later for my CFO Swinger Watch Report readers because I will be posting this chart here. And this 662.50 level is going to coincide with my daily 200 SMA, this yellow line. And so far it has been trending up, and that's good. Okay, and now why is that good? Well, first of all, that clearly tells me, based on my great understanding of how my SMAs work, the curling of this long-term SMA indicates that the price is moving upward and it will reach it, rather than the SMA doing the complete opposite by moving downward to reach the price action. Right? We don't want to see that, right? Because if the 200 SMA starts curling downward, that means that the price is also moving downward and away from the daily 200 SMA, and we do not want that during this overall bounce. And if we were to see this continued momentum back to the upside, as we've just seen on the MACD indicator or MACD indicator. Does that make sense, guys? Okay, I see you guys' reactions there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. All right, so with that out of the way, okay, I've also been telling my subscribers that the 660 to 662.50 area is going to be a very large area of supply, and this is a very critical area here, because if bulls aren't able to use the 660 to 662.50 area as a new area of demand early next week, there's a good chance that when we retest the 662.50 resistance level along with a coinciding retest of this daily 200 SMA, we'll be seeing a swift rejection and a horde of sellers coming back in at this daily 200 SMA, and we could be seeing a major inflection at this level of 662.50 until we see a complete move downward, until we break below 660 as well, and we start to come back right back down to my daily 10 SMA. Okay, so now that means we could be seeing a very wide price range next week, so be careful with that. All right, now again, I do not know if this is an official market bottom or this could just be a simple dead cat bounce once we see that retest of the daily 200 SMA. So again, everything is on the line at this potential retest and potential rejection at this daily 200 SMA and at the 662.50 level. So again, please have all of these levels on your own SPY charts. All right, now if we were to assume that this daily 200 SMA retest ends up being a rejection and we come back down to the daily 10 SMA, okay, that means that we need to see a break below the daily 21 SMA as well. Okay, so it's gonna create a lot of turbulence around the 660 to 662.50 area, which is why if you are bullish, if you are thinking that this market bottom is here, right, this is the current market bottom that has formed this week. All right, if this is what you truly believe next week, right, you need to understand that there's going to be a lot of sideways action between 660 to 62.50, because solely based off of my SMAs here, there's going to be a lot of infighting between the daily 200 SMA and the daily 21 SMA between buyers and sellers. Okay, and it'll all go down as to it'll all come down to who has, you know, more momentum, more volume. Okay, so you have to be prepared for both scenarios as the bulk of this bounce has been made. Let me say that one more time. The bulk of the bounce has been made this short trading week. And even just today, buyers were kind of present. Obviously, you know, just based on the price action, they continued to bid the price up higher after this massive move down. Right, this is a pretty big and not pretty gap down at open, right? And after we made this low of the day print as well at 645.11. However, buyers remain fully in control. But if you take a look at the volume, right? Yes, we absolutely do know that, and we were already expecting this, that by the end of this week we're going to be seeing lower volume, right? I've clearly explained this in the CFO Swinger Watch Report this week, and and I also reminded everyone in the private CFO Discord as well, midweek as well. Okay, so that's not surprising, but when you accompany the price action, the current evidence that we have, this objective data here, along with the volume associated with this price action data, it's kind of concerning that, you know, we basically didn't see enough buyers coming in. I would have much rather seen my analysis starting this week to be completely negated by potentially a very large volume bar, but that didn't occur. And we actually got exactly what we presumed before this week began. So, you know, if you are thinking that this market this bounce from this short trading week is a market bottom, well, we need to see even more volume coming in as we head up to this daily 200 SMA. Does that make sense? I'm giving you guys very clear, objective, technical analysis here. So please make sure you guys remember all of this heading into next week, which is going to be a full trading week. And also early into next week, we will see the price reacting to the jobs data that we will get tomorrow when markets are fully closed. Does that make sense? Okay, awesome. I see you guys' reactions there. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so with that being said, okay, if you take a look at the VIX, okay, it's obviously going to be showing the inverse of what has occurred this short trading week on the SPY, or S&P 500, or SPX, or whatever you take a look at. Whatever you guys take a look at, right? You guys take a look at the ETF or index, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so VIX, amazing contraction today after a massive move up open, right? So, you know, I really like the fact that we made this move down and closed at lows on the VIX. However, we still did not end up closing with a lower low compared to yesterday's low. So I would have much rather seen a lower low to have more confidence in what I'm telling you guys here, that if the market is actually bottoming, that we can see a continued move up higher and wrap up higher next week, or all of next week potentially. And we could be seeing a lot more buying volume coming in as we come up to retest again that daily S&P 500. Excuse me, that daily S200 SMA on the S&P 500 ETF. Does that make sense? I'm really botching my words here and scrambling my words. Maybe I just need some water here. Okay, now let's go over the next topic at hand for tonight's stream, which is the memory bubble. Okay, so let's quickly go over LITE, because I've gone over this many times. So LITE, if you guys didn't know, the week before this trading week, we actually, well, personally for me, I actually got a nice short position at $800 per share. Okay, so I had that nice entry point at $800, and we are able to cover, well, I personally me, at $655 half, and eventually covered the rest as the price made a nice small hammer here on the next day, on Tuesday. Okay, I think it was around like 690, no, it was 688. Yeah, 688. Okay, that was where I took the last half, and that was a pretty good short trade there. And fortunately for me, I'm glad I got out, because, well, today we saw another all-time high being made. And guess what? The last 3 trading days, including today, we saw a volume increasing, which is absolutely insane. So this one is becoming even more potentially tradable as a short. All right, so there's even more opportunities brewing here for shorts here, especially if we start to see that memory bubble continuously being popped, right? Because so far we had that first initial pop when that news came out from Google, where I think it was like some sort of a memory update, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not too well versed with that, but I'm pretty sure there was that little change that they've made where it caused memory chips to decline by almost half online. If you guys take a look at the sales that they've been going on, I think some of the chips or hardware, memory hardware specifically, went from like $990 to like what, almost down below $500, so almost a 50% haircut there. So, you know, that's kind of the first indication that this memory bubble is about to pop. But I'm pretty sure in the next coming weeks we're going to be seeing even more indications that this memory bubble is definitely a bubble, and it has to be popped sometime soon. So at this point though, I think these stocks, LITE and obviously SNDK as well, these two names that I've showed so far successfully, I think, you know, at some point these two tickers are going to be at the mercy of the markets. And again, I will go into more depth in the CFO Swinger Watch, kind of exactly what I think will happen to the markets as we head into the later part of quarter 2 and into quarter 3. There's a little hint there as to why I'm saying that. Those two specific, that timeline regarding the quarters there. But I really think that these two tickers, especially we've continued to look at these two tickers that are involved with the memory part of AI and the optics, the connectivity of AI, the connectivity infrastructure of AI. So SNDK and LITE, they're definitely will be watched by me and all of my CFO Swinger Watch Report readers. Most likely going to be adding the LITE back into next week's CFO Swinger Watch Report, just because of the fact that we just made a new all-time high. Yes, we saw this big ranged move today with increase in volume, but this increase in volume is not like any of the other increases in volume. So I think a large distribution phase is just about to begin. And if you guys know anything about distribution phases, there can be very wide price ranges. And these are, I'm pretty sure there are shorts still holding this ticker. And usually these massive bounces are what they usually decide to hold into. And I can't do that personally, but kudos to them. I'm sure there are a lot of people who were short at this $800 share price, and now they're slightly underwater. So we'll have to see. We will most definitely have to see how they'll play this out, and we'll most likely be involved in the next one as well, as long as buyers aren't incessantly just trying to continuously pound this up higher and higher and higher into new all-time highs. Okay, and obviously they were able to achieve that today, but again, with these big ranges happening day to day, and even just today is a clear indication that this one could be starting the next stage here, which is going to be the distribution phase, and big wide price range days like this, these large bounces into new all-time highs with relatively low volume compared to the previous volumes that we had during this entire run-up, right? And during this entire parabolic run-up, actually, more specifically here, could indicate that, again, we could be seeing some very crazy price action and swings as sellers and buyers continuously battle each other out of the price. So again, I think longer term, we can get, like, again, what you said there, F save light, we can be seeing that small short position slowly being built out, right? And eventually that short position could become very profitable as eventually this entire bubble pops. Okay, I mean, this is a very huge parabolic run since mid 2025, or even I could say early 2025 as well. I got wind of LITE around May of last year, so obviously in hindsight I really wished I really have invested into this name in May of last year, but hey, hindsight is 2020. I know there are going to be extremely profitable opportunities in this one to the downside, so I will continue to look at this name. If you guys don't know, if you guys aren't a part of the CFO Swinger Watch Report or a part of the private CFO Discord channel, you guys know that I have made 4 attempts to short LITE, and 2 of them have been very, very profitable for me, and the other 2 were losses, but they were losses with stops. So again, the 2 wins have completely outweighed the total amount of tries, which were 4 tries there to short. Okay, so again, hopefully my next try, which is going to be the 5th try, is going to give us a 3 out of 5 wins. Okay, so again, please watch LITE. This is currently most likely in the current stages of distribution, and I think this mountain peak will definitely occur very, very soon. Okay, I don't know when, I don't know, maybe it reaches 1,000, who knows, right? But the opportunities are there, right? And I will be very, very active in shorting this name. So if you guys really want to get involved with me, like I've really just outlined to my readers and traders in the CFO Swinger Watch Report and in the private CFO Discord channel, if you guys want to be active with me and actively trading this name, make sure you guys join the CFO Swinger Watch Report by clicking the second link in the description box down below. Okay, so again, if you guys really want to join us, just simply click the second link down below and you guys will have access once you guys subscribe using whatever tier that you guys want to choose. I've given you guys multiple tiers so that the ball is in your court to choose what fits you the best. Okay, there's different perks to each single tier, so make sure you guys read the tiers as well, the tier perks. Okay, so again, LITE, I mean, at this point, the sky is the limit here, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure I can short this one at $900 if it does decide to reach $900. Right? I'm sure the RSI is out of the world right now. The MACD is also out of this world. Right? We're in the hundreds now. Hundreds. Right? I mean, it's insane, right? I really hope that once the mountain peak forms, I'm gonna continue. Eventually, well, I will come back and short, and I will most likely continue to add to that short position, and hopefully this MACD, this MACD will come back down to the 60s and 40s, like every other normal ticker out there that is overextended and overbought. Okay, all right, eventually that should occur, is what I should say. Okay, and SNDK as well, right? SanDisk. I mean, come on now, right? With the first sign that this memory bubble is about to pop with Google and what they did there with memory chips and I think it's just the overall storage. I completely forgot to save that post that I saw, the article, but I'll have to go down my history and click on that link again. But again, I'm not well versed in the technical stuff, but I'm very well versed in the technical analysis of companies that have gone parabolic. So, with SNDK as well, this is in the hundreds too with the MACD. It's starting to, flatten out. So hopefully SNDK could be one of the first tickers to also move lower again. But again, this weekly hammer candlestick, I'm not liking it. This one may just make a new all-time high again, maybe at 800. Maybe again for SNDK, just like what I did with LITE. I can go short at $800 and I can continue to add to that short position on SNDK, and we can ride this back down as it forms that ultimate mountain peak that I've been waiting for on SNDK. Right? I was burnt on SNDK multiple times, twice using options in March, but I did get a small profit out of it with options, with 2 separate option contracts on SNDK. But overall, my net was a loss, a small loss actually, a couple $100 relative to my account size, obviously. Very, very small loss. But SNDK, I think I did a pretty good risk management on this one, to be honest with you guys. I mean, based on what we saw in March, I mean, the last half of March here, I mean, geez, pretty big move and continue to hold relative strength. So, right. So now as we start this new quarter and new month in April, hopefully we can get some lasting, throws from the bulls, and we can finally see shorts coming back in and just kind of having that clapback moment against bulls here. So, when names like this go parabolic and when we're experiencing a memory bubble like this, it's really hard to be sound with the technical analysis, right? We just have to see how the price is reacting at whole number levels, right? And that's exactly what I did with LITE, right? And that's kind of the reasons why that's the only reason why I've given you guys a very clear example to my most recent successful short trade on LITE, right? From $800 to 655 to around 688. Again, the 655 and 688 were my shorts. I could have, my covering of this short position. Obviously, the last half of my covering of the position could have been a lot better executed, but I'm still proud. I'm very, very proud of my position. My trade here to the downside, and the short position was fairly enjoyable, to be honest. I haven't really shorted like that in a long time. So as this memory bubble continues to enlarge in itself, I really think a huge opportunity is going to be in our hands eventually once memory prices stable and the overall AI kind of hype continues to die down eventually into the end of this year. Okay, so yeah, that is it for tonight, guys. I really want to just go over the markets and give you guys my surface level thoughts from a technical perspective. And if you guys really want the deep level insight and analysis, the top down analysis on the overall markets, make sure you guys become a reader of the CFO Swinger Watch Report. I really think that you guys, well, not just not just to you guys, but I think the overall general public can really benefit from my analysis that I give to you guys every single week on a Sunday night, right? With these weekly reports, right? And also, I really think that you guys can save a lot of time, and I really can take a lot of time out of your hands from all the analysis that you really have to do if you really want to become successful at your trading and also successful with your overall long-term investment portfolios. Okay, like your Roth IRAs or even just their general 401ks. Okay, so again, that's just my pitch to you guys. I don't really, I want to keep it as genuine as possible with what I do with the CFO Swinger Watch Report, and that's exactly what I do, right? It's literally taking time out of your hands and really saving you guys from doing this analysis yourselves, and it's really giving you guys more time and freedom to just read the report and execute based on those trade ideas that I give you guys, right? I give you guys the exits, the entries, right? The stop losses as well, depending on what section that you guys are reading on in the report, and also and you guys should know what that means if you guys are a reader of this report and you guys are watching the stream now. But I give you guys the option contracts to look at. I give you guys the unusual options activity, the UOA of the week. I sometimes give you guys insider buys in the CFO Swinger Watch Report every single week. So again, I give you guys a plethora of information. I weed out the unnecessary information and all the noise out there and give you guys just the exact amount of information that you guys need for every single trading week. And I arm you guys with this information to really have a successful trading week and for weeks to come, months to come, and years to come. So hopefully that's been a great elevator pitch to you guys. Not really an elevator pitch, it wasn't that short and succinct, but hopefully that give you guys more of a reason to just try us out for at least a month. And again, I think a month is enough to really help you guys understand what we do here at Charts Focus 1 and with the CFO Swinger Watch Report. Okay, so again, we're reaching nearly the 70th edition of the CFO Swinger Watch Report. And again, you guys might be thinking, wait a second, only 70? Well, here's a little nuance there, a little detail. This is the 70th edition of the new edition that I launched last year, around mid last year. So I can't believe that we're already in the 70th edition of the CFO Swinger Watch Report. So again, if you guys have stuck with us since this new edition came out, make sure you guys give yourselves a nice round of applause. I know that you guys are always constantly learning every single week from this report. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy the stream tonight. I will see you guys maybe tomorrow. Maybe I'll be doing a stream tomorrow midday, or maybe I'll just do the stream again, maybe in the weekend, maybe on Saturday night. Okay, if you guys want to join on the weekend, I'll do it again, because I remember doing a stream on Saturday or Sunday, and you guys really came in and showed love and support, and you guys are really learning stuff on the weekends. So if you guys really want a weekend stream, make sure you let me know by hitting that like button down below. All right, well, again, thank you guys so much for joining me. Make sure you guys look at the other streams that I've done in this channel. The most recent one was me going over the technical analysis and fundamental analysis of CoreWeave and Nebius, or Nebius. I don't know how to say it, but I say Nebius. But again, the ticker symbols for those two are CRWV and NBIS. So take a look at that. All right, have a great rest of your night. Enjoy your long weekend, and potentially I'll see you guys on the next stream, which could be in the weekend. All right, have a great rest of your night.